What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. Happy March Madness. It's already been crazy. My bracket is already starting to teeter and totter and going, what are you doing? In the background on the TV that you all cannot see, I've got Howard Bison going against the Michigan Wolverines. We're the number 16 seed. I am not expecting to have my bracket totally shattered by this game, but got to represent my squad. My computer is not representing, though. It has been nuts. Like right before I got on here to start with the show, it started getting really weird. And I don't have all my photos and all the good stuff like normal. So you'll have to bear with me and just trust me as I roll through the roll call of the Lyles Figure Files VIP members. Jamelin Parks, Blake Tarpley, Lefty Two Lions BK, James Green, David Thanos, Lawson Wallace, Henry G, Ryan Daly, Jay Woods, Tom Finn 2018, MOC Turtle, Robert Hayes, Nathan William, Retro Robo Toys. Those are the year one members, year plus, I should say. And it's so many I need to take a breath. Then we have the rest of the fun crew. We got Alan, we got Bro, Vince, DJ No Good, Pixelated Poses, Graham Tuttle, John Morrissey, Vintage Bob, Doom Customs, Kwame Taylor, Carlos Castillo, One Ugly AMFO, Troy B, and the newest member to the VIP club, Jersey 88. Thank you all so much for supporting the show. I do truly appreciate it, even though you do not get to see your names today. Hopefully, I can get this stuff squared away tomorrow. And a big shout out to the Lyles Figure Files super supporters, David Thanos, Blake Tarpley, Northern Nomad, Robert Hayes, John Morrissey, Lawson Wallace, Nathan William, Olu, and Retro Robo Toys. Thank you all so much as well. Now, I do have some other windows open. I will get to them in a second, but let me say what's up to everybody here in the chat. I know you could be watching March Madness, so the fact that you have me on and all, I do greatly appreciate it. What up, Omega 579? Hey, what's happening? What's good with you? Henry G, what's going on, Jeff? Figure Files crew. Hope everyone is having a splendid week. Indeed. And also, apologies to everyone who has sent in their photos from the giveaway. I had grand plans of showing them. I will not be able to right now. Hopefully, by the next live stream, I'll have that back up. Like I said, I have no idea what's going on. The folder is just acting goofy. We'll work around it, though. We'll figure it out. We'll have them for the next show. Doom, what's going on, Figure Files crew? Into my main man, 100 grand, Jeff. What it is? What up, Vin Doom? How are you? Snake Eyes, tipping my imaginary hat to you. Howdy, partner. Retro Robo, what's up, Jeff and the Figure Files crew? What up, Retro Robo? And since you are here, I need to make sure everyone is aware of some changes going on at Retro Robo Toys. Not a ground shattering revelation, just a few changes going on over the site, and I wanted to make sure everyone knew what was going on. So let me go over to the site. First off, there we go. All right, that is not Retro Robo Toys. Oh, that's right, I'm going to the wrong window. Let me do this. The dangers of going live. Let me go to this window, the one that actually has a goodness gracious. Oh, let's do this. Boy. Back to there we go. Goodness gracious. It's too much stuff going on with the computer today. It's been so weird. Let's try that again. I had too much stuff going on with the computer. It has been a night. now, hopefully, I haven't lost myself on the screen and you can actually see Retro Robo toys. I knew I wasn't going nuts. All right, here you go. So here is the news you all can use. Retro Robo toys heard you, the customer, because really any business that does not listen to the customer is not one that's really trying to stick around here. So Retro Robo toys is shifting to a see it now, buy it now program. So it's not going to be a deal where you're going to have to pay up front for your pre-orders anymore. Y'all were telling Retro Robo, not really feeling that. So what he's done now is when he has the products in stock, you're not going to pre-order anything anymore. It's just going to be there. So when it says new arrivals, you can get it right now. So like this vintage collection Snow Trooper Commander, you can get it right now, put it into your cart. You can still do what you have been doing. So these prices for these guys are so wild. All right, put in the the LFF5 code, get your 5% off, and there you go. You're all set with that. You get to knock that off. And then there's some more like Poggle the Lesser. I'm still waiting to see him in the Black Series. General Veers, prepare your troops for a surface attack. And then we got Greedo, and then of course Superman, Bane, the Dark Knight Joker, all the stuff that's here. You're gonna see it. There's no pre-order, there's no pay up front. It'll just be here. You pay for it and you go for it, and that's it. But Retro Robo is also doing some other things, and a lot of stuff will be available. If you're a member, if you bought something already, you've got the email. But today, there's a little bit of a blowout going on the DC multiverse side of things. So remember what I just said to you. Everything will be here and now. This is a 24 hours only sale. So you go on to Retro Robo Toys, you can get 50% off all in stock DC multiverse figures. So just in case you don't have your phone or anything right in front of you, all this stuff, including this fantastic Red Tornado figure, this Jay Garrick Page Puncher figure. So if you all don't get it, I'm going to grab one. The Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, Superman, the one I just talked about, this really great one, and you can get them with a smile. Batgirl, in stock, all the stuff is here, 50% off. Not elongated, he's in pre-order. Superman, so I need to get Blackhawk too. We got Joker, Professor Pig, another one. So I'm really gonna have to hit him up because clearly there's a bunch of stuff I need to get. So you go ahead and grab that, put it in your cart, not pre-order. You purchase it right now, 50% off. This is a 24 hours only sale. So if you're watching this, you are eligible to take part of that. So there you go. And now back on. Let's see. I see the chat. That was all on me. Sorry, guys. What up, Jamie Parks? Rick Cage, good evening. What's cracking, nerds? Nerds. Brian P. for reals. Lyle's Figure Files is better than watching sports ball. I appreciate it. I'm doing both. What Brian said, thank you. Yeah, I did like some craziness, and it was just wow. I needed Michael Solis to say it's Figure Files time. You better believe it is. So all that craziness out of the way, there's been a ton of stuff dropping. Some of my buddies are going to Target, already seeing the Haulathon stuff, including Super Grover. And I am super jealous because I have not been to Target. Like, geez, I haven't been to a different Target. I've been to the same one that hasn't restocked anything twice in the last 2 weeks. So I'm feeling a little bit of like, I feel like there's some new stuff out there. And in the interim, I have been hacking away at my list of my figure pile to review. So I've made some major work on that. You can always go over to my website, lylesmoviefiles.com, and you can see all the stuff that I've been reviewing lately. And it's a good time to be an action figure collector. There's so much amazing stuff going on right now. It's just like, wow, I can't believe I got this version of this figure. And Haulathon, Walmart Collector Con, Mattel Creations reveals today. Pretty exciting stuff. And then next week, there's more stuff that's going to be revealed. Dan over at the Marvel Legends team tweeted, April, get your bread ready, because there's going to be a lot of stuff There's a new GI Joe figure that apparently is en route to us, and let me see here if I can find all that good stuff in a second. What's up, Maurice Phillip? Good times on all. Show some appreciation to that like button. Thank you. I make sure not to close it off this time. So, with that said, let's go to some of this stuff. So, Mattel Creations had their live stream. They did one of these, I guess their first one, I guess 3 years ago. And it was really cool. They had long, in-depth videos. This was during the pandemic. So we got all like hyped up. They had some really great reveals of stuff. It wasn't here's one thing. They showed a bunch of stuff. And we are fairly well spoiled. I know it is. It's like, wow, there's so much cool stuff out there. And it's just amazing seeing all the stuff that you can get that's possible, that's out there. It's just a really great time to get in on this stuff. I'm still trying to figure out why my buttons are acting so weird. The computer is having a mind of its own right now. Okay, let me try this. This is so bizarre. All right. Because it's like I'm seeing one window and it's like, where did you go? So weird. Anyway, let's see if I can actually get this working and showing so you all can see what I'm trying to show you. If you can pick up what I'm putting down. So let's see. This is still going to show you Retro Robo Toys. Great. This is so wild. All right. I don't know why it is just showing off tonight, but it is. But we're going to power through. I'm going to power through and make that work. Let's stop that screen. Jeez. But I knew this is what was going on. All right. There we go. Hopefully you are seeing. Wow. Everything's just gone nuts. Ah, boy. Okay. The browser can't access your screen. Try capturing a different screen and see if this continues. Yeah, I see that. This is just a disaster. It's all right, though. Okay. Let's see if StreamYard will cooperate tonight. It is just absolutely not. I feel like maybe I should restart my computer all over again. But since it is not, I'm going to have to try to power through. What's up, Maurice? How are you tonight, bud? I am I'm having a decent night, but just like 5 minutes before the stream started, it was like it just started going nuts and crazy. So never let it be said that I will be delayed and stopped from what I plan to do because ain't no stopping me. No. So let's do this. While StreamYard gets itself together, let's take a look at some of the reveals the old fashioned way. So they dropped this Stone Cold Steve Austin in his King of the Ring moment. That's a little bit weird because they put the Austin 316 shirt on him, which of course makes no sense because this is the promo where he said, Austin 316 says, I just whipped her. Now, of course, this would have been so much better if they had this live stream just 3 days ago, because then it would have been 316 Austin 316 revelation, the big reveal of the shirt and this figure on this night. Boy, it's all going haywire today. It's all right. I think maybe it's my internet, and that's what's going on all across the board. Anyway, the phone is just doing its thing too. So let's see if it's ready to work again. And let's hope for the best. Wow, it's not working. Oh well, I'm just going to power on through. Maurice, California is about 96 degrees. I feel like I am on the sun, but are you walking on the sun? That is the real question for you. All right, so let's see here. I am so confused why StreamYard is just having a day today. It has never done this to me. Anyway, we'll continue on. We'll flow through and see what happens later. So, the Mattel Creations, which I, of course, cannot show you through my normal means, I wonder if I can get this to cooperate a different way. Brainiac and Ultron have an axe to grind. Dude, it really does feel like it tonight. It is just like they went nuts. And as soon as I canceled myself out, I was like, this is something is going terribly wrong. And this something terribly wrong is just a mess. What I may need to do, just do a whole other reset and do this thing all over again. I don't want to do that. So let me see if I can try one more time and see if this will fix it. Could I kill the app from Task Manager and start it fresh? That's my Marvel Legends sentiment, Taskmaster. Start it fresh. All right, I think that is what I'm gonna do. So apologies to all of you who are watching right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to restart this, and hopefully, some of you all will find me in, let's say, 5 more minutes. So, what I'm going to do is this is the best rehearsal ever. It is a disaster, but it's all right. All right. So, I'm going to absolutely restart this. We'll take two. So, bear with me just a minute and we'll get this together. So, I'll see you in a second. I'm back. I don't know if better than ever is the word to go with, but I'm going to say it right now. So, Brian, the rehearsal's back. No worries. Oh, man, I knew you were going to talk about me when I left. Thank you. Well, thank you for your patience, gang. Appreciate it. So, now the window should be loaded, should work great. I can see myself. I can see what I've been talking about all this time. Here we go. The Stone Cold Steve Austin King of the Ring moment where he gets his big one shotty moment for old Stone Cold. 35 bucks. I don't feel like that's a terrible price for this because as you can see here, we've got an all new head sculpt for Austin. And I think this is a pretty good one. I mean, this really captures the promo, his expression. And I think they did an awesome job with this. Of course, he does not need this t shirt, but really, this works for any Stone Cold Steve Austin promo you want to have. So Michael Cole, Doc Hendricks, whoever. And I really think they nailed this head sculpt. This is so dead on. It's one of those deals where it's like, yeah, it doesn't have a lot of use for a bunch of other stuff, but for that moment, it is really great. Here's another one. And they didn't put the normal thing of figure show is not included with this set. But I mean, it's kind of like if you don't have this Doc Hendricks set, you can't do it. And there you go. Now, of course, the downside to me, the one thing that I was like, I mean, this is cool and all, is the fact that it's an elite figure. So they've got they've got the mold for Stone Cold just right. But man, it is so hard when you have an Ultimate Edition figure of some of these characters, and then to kind of go back to an elite is like, this is nice and all, but I really need my butterfly shoulders. And then I become a snob with it, like, well, he can't do a real stunner because he doesn't have the butterfly shoulders. I mean, you can do one, but it's not as good. But this set is actually pretty cool because it's got a lot of accessories for 35 bucks. So you can see here, here's a detailed close up of the crown. And it was funny because when they showed the video and the video of the King of the Ring 96, they had to blur out this because it had the old WWF logo on top of the crown. I don't feel like we've seen this before. That's kind of nice. We got a pillow, little gold chain underneath this stand. That was pretty cool. And here is just about everything that actually comes with it. This throne. And this is where, man, I wish we could get an Owen Hart figure because we'd have Owen sitting in this throne. That would be so cool. Jim the Anvil Neidhart giving him the crown, crowning him as he's sitting there with the cloak. And I did it because my brother Brett did it. And great expression on that Stone Cold figure. here is everything that comes with this set, and I think it's pretty impressive. I do appreciate them trying to work around the fact that you can't have a middle finger showing for Stone Cold. So you got to just kind of he points, but he does that too. So you got that. This crowd is pretty not nice. This seat, the throne, the crown stool, not bad. I mean, I feel like we've seen some $35 deluxe figures in the past where didn't really have as much as this. I think this isn't a terrible price point for it. Like I said, I just really they've spoiled me on these Ultimate Edition figures, and I'm just like, oh man, I wish we had that. Anyway, there we go. Booyah! And better than ever, Jamelin. When in doubt, reboot it out. It was so weird because it is. I've never had problems with StreamYard. Just tonight, just because I was like, oh, it's all good, no problem. Brett Dash, what's up? What's up, Jeff and Thursday Night Crew? It's been a while. It has. How's everything on your end? Hustle SM. What's up, Jeff? What's up? And what's up to the chat, too? Roger Rubble, a throne for my Doom figure. So commands Doom. Hey, Jeff, when does the Stone Cold go up? So that is the awesome thing, Henry G. You absolutely, like, if you're like me and have zero patience for stuff, you can get this bad boy added to your collection right now. You can just throw him, add him to your bag. He is yours right this moment. And my thing with them is their shipping isn't great. It's not McFarlane Toys bad, but I would love to be able to just kind of have a threshold of shipping and oh, great. I've hit $70 and I'm all set. So there you go with that. I don't think it's I think the value is pretty solid, but it's one of those deals where if you buy more stuff, you kind of make out a lot better. And so let me see here. I want to see if this actually worked, but let me go here first to this next one. This was the Masters of the Universe reveal. They were not really trying to have a lot of fun showing a bunch of stuff. So we have Masters of the Universe Origins Deluxe Laser Power He-Man. And this is one that apparently never came out. I was long since out of the line by this point. I wonder what this would look like in the classified. Wow. The Masterverse series. Because I feel like this isn't terrible. When I initially saw it, since I had no idea what they were doing, I was like, is this a Ghostbusters crossover? But this is kind of an interesting head sculpt on He-Man. Definitely looks like one of those new adventure style looks for him. But I have the laser power. I kind of feel like that takes away a little bit of the fun of He-Man because it's like He-Man and the laser sword of the universe. And man, is it just me or can everybody go like, I can do this backdrop? This is what you see at PetSmart. The fish take stones and caves. So I was excited about that. This is something I can make do on my own. And here's another look at it. And I like the head sculpt. I think this is a cool one for him. And the laser sword is big. But again, it's like He-Man doesn't need a laser sword. He's not Luke Skywalker up in here. Let's take a look at the packaging because I think this is kind of fun. So you can see here, there's Zodak, there's Skeletor. This is new for 26. New for 26. Heroic Master of Light Energy. So now He-Man has become an energy specialist. Now let's check out the back here. He's concerned about the environment. This sword is, I feel like the blade could be a little bit bigger, but it's got all kind of power pulsating through it. And Skeletor's ready. They're going to do this thing all over again. But yeah, kind of a fun set. Not one that I've got to add to the collection, but I kind of dig it. I love the fact that they're just like, hey, let's just keep doing new stuff with this. So he has a backpack powered lightsaber. I know he didn't have the force. He's just like, whatever. Roger Robo, you can buy a hands pack from Valiverse to get that middle finger action. There you go. Rick Cage, $35. This is an outrage. Wink. What's up, Easy Reader? Oh, yes. What up, Bro Shot? How's it going, Loud's Bigger Files crew? Absolutely, Aaron Easton, the real HU, you know. Jalen, I was interested in 2 or 3 items, but the prices made made me decide to hang back. What kind of prices were you hoping for with these? Because I'm curious if it was the Austin. For their stuff, I kind of feel like they tend to skew pretty fair with the prices. Some of the other stuff though is like, whoa, what are y'all doing? Now, just for perusing really fast on Creations Mattel, even though it's Mattel Creations, it's just the most backwards. It's Mattel Creations Mattel, but Mattel Creations. Anyway, you can get the Wyatt 6. I think these are nice figures. Maybe not $76 worth of nice, but because it's like that these are elite figures and they do have really intricate details and design and all that good stuff, but it's not quite enough to me to warrant that 76 price point. Typical with an elite figure, at this point you're paying about 25 bucks, so that is, you know, a little bit more than what we got going here for us. You can get your LJN Dusty Rose, but Target actually has a sale going on right now where if you find WWE stuff in your stores, they have a 20% off sale. Jesse the Body's here, 25 bucks. And so this is one where, hey, I want to get that Austin. This is a great time to get them. They've got new Etheria Despera. She's in stock. Cartoon 2000X Moss Man, Keldor, Dragster, Evelyn. They've got new markups. We'll take a look at those in a second. Kurt Angle, Piper's Pit, Jesse the Body. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. It was like, oh man, they've got these legends, but they're 18 right now on Target. See if there's anything else. I was like, ooh. Now, as usual, new markdowns. Let's see what the collectibles are for 40% off over at MattelCreations.com. Or let's see. Yeah, this is where they kind of get tricky because it's stuff that just won't sell. Not necessarily things that you would really, really want. But sometimes they have great sales on here. And I do need to get Moss Man before he is gone. I keep delaying. Says this, I'm finding enough reasons that I could place an order. It's just kind of like, do I need to do it right this moment? Maybe not. But very cool stuff here on creationsmattel.com. Let me check out what's going on in the chat now, though. DJ Jedi, what's good, party people? Chilling, man. How about you? Lefty, squad up. Hope everyone is good on this fine Thursday evening. Yeah, doing pretty good. The Bison are only down 4 points. I thought Duke was about to Death Star laser blast my bracket, but they did come through, did get the win. I was like, whew. But I would not be mad if Hasbro Howard destroys my bracket. Thrust fire. Flower Power, He-Man, and Skeleton Carnage looked interesting. I bought a few custom painted Origins, Battle Cats, Panthers over the year, and even more blanks to paint in the future. Let me go back to that because I was trying to find that on their site. And because I thought that Skeletor did look really cool as well. Let me see if I can pull. Oh, here it is. Yes, the James Jean Coral Skeletor and Panther. Now, this is launching on March 24th. Now, this was a very cool looking deal here. And I saw it late because I was just so like, oh man, they didn't have enough stuff for me. But this looks really awesome. I mean, this is just like a wild version. I mean, the Havoc staff looks like it's got an octopus head on here. Panther. Jeez. I mean, this is a really like wild setup. I love this as a variant form. You know, sometimes it's just like, I would switch up a little bit of colors, but this looks really cool and nightmarish. And it is the Nightmare Skeletor and Panther. I keep saying Panther, but it is really, really neat, especially when you have them riding on them. That is really fun. And it's a really cool setup. The price tag of $100, not so cool. And I mean, I feel like that's the one thing where it's like, why is it so expensive? And of course, for the Motu origin scale, it really does feel like, gosh, this is great. This is cool. I wonder if this is going to be one of those deals where it's such a limited quantity that it's going to be worth it for people who want to buy these figures as like an investment. But boy, $100 for these is a tough deal. And check out this box though. This packaging looks really, really amazing. Like check that out. Like that looks like a really neat piece of art. I feel like they could sell that too and just go like, "Hey, here he is." But yeah, this is a very cool set. And let's go to that He-Man. If I can find him. Explore. All right. Oh, that page does not exist. Oh, that's not helpful. Let's see if I can find He-Man the other way. He-Man. I'll just look for the most expensive He-Man on here. Oh, interesting. There it is. Floral He-Man. And same price point, $100. He-Man and Battle Cat. Definitely interesting setup. The colors on Battle Cat are kind of fun. He almost looks like he's in camouflage, which I think might be the effect they were going for. But this is a wild look for him. I don't hate it necessarily because it looks like he's flowers and bubbles. So maybe this one you put in a bathtub or when you got your bubble baths going, this is just a wild combination and it's fun, but man, you're gonna be out $200 for these bad boys. Cause I assume if you buy one, you would want to get both of them. I mean, I love that they actually incorporated different elements to these guys. It's just such a wild mashup of hey, let's do something totally different. And yeah, I'm digging it. Let me check out the box on here. So he's got his Brussels sprout hat there. Let's see this part. Take a look here. It's just wild. I mean, they're positioned nicely to go against each other. I mean, this is definitely not something you would think of immediately when you think of He-Man and Skeletor and Panther and Battle Cat, but I don't hate it. And I really kind of appreciate the creativity with that. Jalen says, no, the Austin was good. That He-Man was a little higher than Origins. Then $70 makes sense for the Monster High Skeletor, but it's more than I can spend right now. I definitely need to go to that too. I remember that skeleton from Skeletor from the episode when He-Man and Tila chopped acid. Yeah, Ryan, it's a little bit different there. Howard's only down by 2. There we go. I was able to correct myself. So I did not read it incorrectly. Have you seen that gold Skeletor at Walmart? I'm going to go to that in just a second for Michael Solis. Jalen Parks, and please don't judge me. That Altier Barbie was beautiful. I was curious for myself and for my sister, but that thing is $300. I get it though. It's an exclusive designer item. Same for the James Jean figures. It really was. I hate when it does that. That's not so intimidating. Brian P. That He-Man and Battle Cat flower power set must have been created by Perfume. That was well done. Retro, if He-Man traveled to the Smurfs dimension. Harry G. Those Origins He-Man and Skeletor are so crazy. I just might have to get them. I've been trying to quit Origins, but it's a pretty fun line to collect. Yeah, I mean, there's something just so wild about it. That's like, yeah, that'll work. DJ Jedi, I'm kicking myself about once a week for sleeping on that Masterverse Panther from last year. It's a Mattel Creations exclusive. So now that it's sold out, it's going for crazy bread on eBay. Yeesh. And the messed up thing with all the Mattel creation stuff, it'll just languish there for months and months and months. And it's always that thing of like, oh, okay, I'll get it later. And then when later, because I did not get Panther either, when later comes, I was like, oh no. The one thing that I think may help us out here is, we've already seen that Battle Cat is basically the Masterverse one. I assume, maybe incorrectly, that we'll see Panther in there as well. And I feel like that one will work just fine since the Masterverse New Eternia is a reimagining, a changing up in things. If we do, in fact, get Panther, I think we're going to be okay and get him, and that'll work out for us. Now, let me go back up here really quick and close off about 48 of these tabs I have open because it was distracting me too. Let me see here because I want to get to that Altier Barbie that I hope I'm saying that right and not just butchering it. And I feel like I must not have because now I can't find it in search. Shoot. No, that's not it. Oh. All right, let me try something else. I figured I would not spell it right because why would I know that? Let's see here. I really dig how they just put all kinds of fun, cool stuff on their site where it's just like, I like that idea. That's just nice and wild. Their website is not my favorite in terms of navigating. I feel like that's one of the things they need to work on because I feel, oh, there it is, that they could do a whole lot more with this. Ah, I did in fact find it, Jamelin. Man, this is a fancy looking figure or doll. I can actually say doll and not have to correct myself. Wow, I really love this backdrop. That's just a nice shot there. But these boots, sweet. Then the little draping dress, train. Wow, the detail on that dress is pretty solid too. The earrings. I feel like maybe you could put those on real people. And like, where'd you get those earrings? And the hair on Barbie, she's got some articulation too. Not that I've been collecting Barbies lately to know, oh, check it out. She's got a little bit more. This is really cool. I'm digging it. I understand the temptation on this one. Articulating hands too. Wow. Where have I been in the Barbie collecting game? This whole thing is really impressive. Doll cannot stand alone. Doll stand included. I would argue about that with my action figures, but I get it. I mean, those heels don't look like they could provide much support. This is pretty cool. The whole deal is really impressive. The hair bow, I understand why you made that purchase there, Jamelin. Really solid stuff. Now let me go back to another one that really cool Monster High Skeletor, which is very cool too. And I don't think you this is their website, like I've complained about a few times. Just a pain to navigate. This Monster High Skeletor is so fun. I mean, the detail, like the claws on her heels, very fun. The Havoc staff. This is a line that I kind of appreciate what they do. I don't have any of them, but I just think they really make some fun looking figures. $70 for this one does again feel a little bit high, but I mean, where else are you gonna get this doll from? It's really cool. I love the material on the cape there. So it's a little transparent, but it works in this case. The head sculpt just really works too. It's so fun. And they got the colors just right. So you can see she's got her feet sticking out, but then it gets a little extra support from the claws. That's cool. The hammock staff, great detail. It's like Mattel cannot make a bad version of that hammock staff. Evil Lord of Destruction. Straight from the most recent attack on Castle Grayskull, it's the Sorcerers of Sass, the megalomaniacal monster, the baddie with a bone to pick with He-Man. It's Skeletor. Skelly's havoc and heels, ready to rule the universe, and boots fashionably forged in the fires of Snake Mountain. Not to mention the signature staff that screams, I'm the GOAT. Skeletor might not always be successful in those elaborate plots to conquer Eternia, but win or lose, nobody does it with more style. I love it. That's good stuff. And way to have fun again, Mattel. OTA, thank you. Appreciate you. Oh, got you on that one. Mattel did Revelations Battle Cat for the Masterverse line. Doesn't look like we're gonna get a new Eternia line. Oh, that's the one I have. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Oh, I did but it just has my attention. Got you. I could understand why I did. Thrust Fire Up reminds me of the Jada Toys Kiss Street Fighter, Mega Man, Wolverine, and Cap exclusives. Those Mattel Origins Cat Rider sets are gonna sell out quick, despite the higher prices. You know what's funny? For those Marvel Legend Kith or Jada Toys collaborations as well, the colors were just like, these are so random. Just and I know they were based on versions from the game, but they didn't really capture my attention at all. And of course, they had to have their branding. But I feel like the He-Man stuff was really cool. Maurice, I keep wishing they made those Monster High dolls in action figure form too. I wonder what kind of crossover appeal they would have for it. I feel like that's something they could experiment with just to see. Maybe do a couple, maybe make them exclusives to Mattel Creations. Jamelin, I usually only buy actual dolls that are superhero related, but every now and then they do a special one that just really appeals to me. Did you get those Star Wars ones? Those look really cool. There's a cool one coming up soon. You don't say. Would you like to know more? I'd like to know more. Let me see here. So that was that everything for Mattel? Let me do this since I'm having to go all on the fly with all this today. It's all good. We're nothing but adaptable here in Lyle's Figure Files. We will make it work. And we'll log on in to Twitter and see what's shaking over on that end. There is we talked about this yesterday on Movie Files, and ABC is having to do a full on. We're gonna have to put the Bachelorette season on pause, and probably for a long time because they just totally messed things up and just decided we're gonna go ahead and do this thing. All right, Jay Bird over on Twitter posted this, and I think this will be of interest to all of us who collect gender classified series. Recent shipping info shows a new classified series item arriving in the US named Haji. According to the Full Force podcast leaked listings, this might be an exclusive vehicle with figure. All right, let's play it for a second. Who would you like to see if it's an exclusive figure with a vehicle? I feel like Deep Six and the Shark are not going to happen because they've already shown Deep Six. They told us the Shark wasn't coming with them. Maybe we get lift ticket with the Skyhawk. That seems like a small vehicle they could put out. Maybe they could do Grunt in his version 2 attire and then pack him with the hang glider. And of course, the only caveat with that would be it has to be able to go up in the air like a paper airplane, fly around for a little bit, maybe get stuck in a tree like the Cobras when they're pursuing Duke. And that'd be great. I wonder if that's something they could do. I would absolutely buy that. Thrust fire up. I got those Storm Mystique Phoenix Barbies when GameStops near me were going out of business. Oh, I remember those. I didn't get the Star Wars ones, but I was tempted. Yeah, they look really cool. Michael Solis, they did Powerpuff Girls. They look good. They did? Oh, I got to check those out too. Oh, no. I just didn't remember because their branding has gotten a little funny because it was like some stuff had that old Masterverse packaging and it was New Attorney already, like Beastman, like the deluxe one. And then when the just regular version came out, I was like, I like the deluxe one better, but I like the packaging on this new one so much more. I was just making a comment. I want a New Attorney and Battle Cat, but I guess it would be a repaint of the Revelations. So yeah, I think our best bet for him is going to be that the movie version. It's probably all we're going to see for a while. Jalen, I did get the She-Ra Barbie last year. She just showed up this past week or so. Well, where was she exclusive to Mattel Creations? Aaron Easton, Thrasher, and the Dreadnought Thunder Machine. Why would I not think about that? I mean, we got all the Dreadnoughts. When the Thunder Machine does come, I don't know when, but I'm just going to speak it into existence. I'm going to have to rearrange the Cobra shelf. I'm already at the point where it's like you have to switch all this stuff up, but it is absolutely going to shift it all up. And I don't know where stuff is going to go at that point. Is that the one that comes with Swiftwind? No job with the Polar Battle Bit. They absolutely need to do that though, because there's so many people. They've got the ice and snow theme going. That would make a lot of sense too. Oh man, I missed those. I did get Black Canary, Wonder Woman, and Catwoman back in the day. I didn't see those either. Now I've got some research to do. Yes, Jeff. I was wondering that's why it took so long. You're a fan? Yes, no? Did they deliver on that for you? What up, King Collector? I'm having trouble thinking past the Thunder Machine. So I'm wondering, because it's of course, I feel like maybe the Thunder Machine might be something like on the scale of the All Striker and the Vamp. So it's probably not going to be something that would be available to retail, which I am going to assume based on this post that it is not just coming that way. Since it's overseas, I'm thinking maybe this might be wrong, but I'm thinking that it's going to be one of those deals where it's going to be available at retail. So maybe we'll see where that goes. But I'm very excited about that. Let's see. Is there anything else that I wanted to mention on that front? Guess not. Okay, so yeah, we are gonna get something soon, and maybe I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a smaller deal, and we'll see where that goes. I'm hopeful and optimistic that we do see some more GI Joe stuff because I, of course, can never get enough of that. Thrust fire. When I was tempted to pick up a Hot Toys Black Panther, I picked up a few of the Barbie Okoye figures. When Target had them for 70% off, I did see those. Never pulled the trigger on that Black Panther though. I'm trying to see because Sideshow Collectibles has a sale going on right now for 20% off of Hot Toys figures. And I don't remember if they have a Black Panther on that sale. Sideshow had another like a slew of reveals. Nothing that I thought was new. Oh, let me see here. So here is what they're working with. And let me see if there's anyone for you because I feel like Black Panther is absolutely. Now the original suit waitlist open. I've had some success with waitlist items before where I was able to get them. Just had to have a little patience. Maybe if you want to get a Black Panther, oh, that's it. Wow, it's rough. But maybe that's your best bet on that. There was a there was a new reveal on that. I wanna see if they've got it up on their main site now because they've got a bunch of stuff as always going. Yes, they do. Galen Erso, for those of you who are still trying to build out your Rogue One collection, got him, and he looks pretty good. He looks so much better than the Black Series. His price tag does not look good, but you can already see the low stock remaining, so this must be a super limited edition figure, and it's gonna be one of those cases where, yeah, I mean, let's check this out. Gosh, he really doesn't come with a lot here. My little star, man, that is he really is lacking on the accessory front, but they are really. This is gonna be a oh man, I should have gotten this figure. What a great head sculpt. It is definitely one of those cases where you're gonna want them. He's gonna be so sold out. It's not even gonna be funny. I wonder if everybody who has gotten all of the Rogue One figures they've done so far, and I don't even know all the ones they put out, will be like, "Oh man, I've got to get this figure right now." We'll see on that, but I'll put a link if anyone's interested. That's funny. Hot Toy Silver Surfer. Anyone? Let me see here. I passed over that one. That one I'm not gonna get just because I feel like even if they could do it where the chrome stays on, he's pretty expensive for what you're getting with that figure, and I know they were like, "How can we make this a better deal for people?" But I just don't know if that is possible. Of course, their search was a little bit harder than I anticipated too. Oh, there he goes. So he showed up. Pre-release, still available. Actually, he's cheaper than Galen Erso by a large margin. So here's that figure. And the chrome light effect looks really nice with an appropriate dash of light coming up on it. So very cool looking Silver Surfer figure. Comes with Mjolnir from I'm trying to even remember that storyline. Specially applied electroplated finish. So that's actually what it looks like. It's kind of neat. Surfboard magnetically attachable to Silver Surfer's feet, so you can do some fun creative poses like that, which I do think is cool. Little energy burst there. No Kirby Crackle, however, but this is a really nice figure. It's just one of those deals where it's like, yeah. Although now I'm looking at this finish on it, I think they did a really cool job with it. 255 is it terrible? Don't talk yourself into getting the Silver Surfer figure. Don't do it. Don't try it. It does look cool, and it's got a really nice Mjolnir as well. So let's see some of these other ones. Cool pose. Ashley surfing. Everybody go surfing. If you can actually stand up on this like that, and the magnet in his feet hold up strong enough where he can do that, that'd be a pretty sweet pose in your collection or in the display. Is it on the hands and feet? What are we working with here? Ugh, I need to go away because I'm trying not to sell myself on this, but I'm kind of like, this is a pretty impressive figure. All right. So Rick Cage, are you getting it? Vin Doom went to Ross yesterday and picked up the Jamie Foxx Electro for $9. Can't blame it on the alcohol. Batman White Knight for $10. Reaction Chaos 1 for $3. In the mail, more Warhammer 40K figures and the Chris Reeves smiling Superman. Nice. Yeah, I had to pre-order that one. Nice. Very cool. DJ Jedi reluctantly passing on that blicked up McFarlane Superman between making it a fan channel exclusive, hiding behind a Mongol paywall, plus a $90 price point after shipping. That's gonna be a no for me, dog. So I know there was that initial thing of he's sold out. I feel like I saw that he was still available somewhere. The $90, $90. It was, what was it? It was certainly not cheap. It was $80. So, of course, that's not awesome. That's not that's a would not recommend price point. I'm curious because I felt like I looked earlier and it was sold out before I even got away from work to make a run for it. Oh, that's who it was. Let's see if I can still pull up that window because Collector Con is going on right now at Walmart. Okay, let's do this. So let's go to Walmart with their Collector Con going on right this moment because I feel like I did, in fact, get me all the way off the screen, that he was still there when I checked earlier today or just a few hours ago. So I got a vintage collection Obi-Wan Kenobi for $40. I'm like, the vintage collection prices are too much. It's so much, and I just don't get it. WWE E Honda, Yokozuna, that's fun. Um, Beastman, vintage collection, Gold Skeletor. I did promise to get to it, so there he is. More Warhammer stuff. Superman. Yeah, there's where it was. Because I was pretty sure it's sold out everywhere else, but you can still get the Mongol and Superman 2-pack from pre-ordering it from Walmart. I checked around to Entertainment Earth and I couldn't even put it up to go like, hey, check out my affiliate. They're sold out. They do have a bunch of the other stuff. So all the new McFarlane reveals, except for Joker, and you gotta love him. But here's something that's really interesting with this set. They're in stock right now, which is so McFarlane to do because it's like, yeah, guys, you don't have to wait. Once we show it, it's all yours. Just like Wu-Tang said, it's yours. So Vigilante, Supergirl, Captain Marvel Jr., Lobo, and I'm trying to see if this is the actual case breakdown. So it is Captain Marvel Jr., which is funny because they even label him like that too. I thought I was just doing that because I thought they were saying Shazam earlier. It's both versions, him and the Chase. Then it's Lobo, Chase, Supergirl, Chase, in both versions of Vigilante. So this is not a bad case pack out. It doesn't have the Black Canary, of course, and it doesn't have Joker. But if you're interested in this version of Captain Marvel, like I said, I think he'll make for a better Osiris if I can find a head sculpt that will work for him. Want this platinum version of Lobo. I definitely want this version of Supergirl, and I'm kind of indifferent to the Just League Unlimited version. I want this classic one, but that's not a bad price. But over on Walmart, you can, in fact, still get that Superman and Mongol 2-pack. So let me go back to that really quickly and pull that up for everybody. Looking for it. And let's do that. And let's go. Yeah. So it's still available, which is funny because everyone's going, it's sold out, but Walmart has it right there. And Michigan is all up over my bison right now, 77 to 59. I think this Cinderella story might be coming to a close. I do think this is a nice 2-pack. Lots of stuff with it and just a ton of gear. Superman has a nice big gun. He's got a smaller gun. It looks like it packs some damage, but can he hold it? It looks like these will hold the guns. I think. Remember, not a toy. And Jamblin Parks, shout out to Jamblin, showed me artwork from Dan Jurgens, maybe it was Tom Grummett, where Superman actually does have this sheath for the knife. McFarlane did not invent this out of thin air. It is legitimate. It was funny. We've gotten so many Return of Superman figures, and of course, with different artists doing different things. Most of them have the silver cuffs or the silver boots with the jetpacks, but he originally shows up with a knife. And I never realized that. I never paid attention to it because no other figure did that. I mean, some of them have a little silver, right on silver steel toe boot, but this is the first one that has a sheath. Of course, he's added on the boots and the belt with the all that good stuff. But I thought that's pretty fun that they actually took the time to just create something that they hadn't before for this version. And so you can see with the card, I mean, different artists are doing all kinds of different stuff with the boots, but that is legit. And I wish they hadn't included this with it because, like, well, why aren't his pants blue? But Mongo looks really cool. And I know why this is one where people are like, oh no, McFarlane did a live stream himself and was like, yeah, I get it. We're trying to sell out this stuff so people can get the things and all that. So this is supposed to arrive by June. And this is basically $40 for Superman and Mongol, which definitely seems high. Mongol, I could see paying $40 for, but Superman is just like, what are we doing, gang? So not a terrible set, but I feel like that price point just a little bit more than it needs to be. All right, so let's see. Back to the chat. Harry G, did you see that Hot Toys RoboCop? That went under my radar. I did not. Let me go back to Sideshow. Shouldn't be too hard. Not a sucker, so I don't need a bodyguard. All right, let's see. Hot Toys RoboCop. I'm assuming it's the special edition one, but it looks like they have several RoboCops. Freeze. This one here? Is this the one you're talking about, Harry G? Pretty nice Murphy likeness. Sideshow exclusive, specially designed RoboCop 2 metal collectible card with display case. It's not bad. Let's take a look at this one. I mean, that's why it wasn't on my radar. It's the RoboCop 2 version. This head sculpt is awesome. Really good stuff. Interchangeable battle damage, helmet and armor. Nice. Man, that's cool too. Big rifle. Articulated holster. That's really cool. And a die-cast pistol. There's just so much stuff. And this is $300. Galen Urso really feels like a ripoff when you look at a RoboCop figure that's got all this cool die-cast. You know he's going to be a heavy wash your feet figure. And he's quote unquote only $300 compared to $385 for Galen Urso. Wild. It's just sheesh. It's rough. Thrust fire up. Ross, I stopped at this past Tuesday. I have Black Series for $5.99. Which ones? I'm so impressed by that, reverting back to old prices instead of $7.99 that I picked up 3. Which ones did you get? Ryan Daly, I'm not sure if we'll get another live stream event from G.I. Joe before Yojo June. Boo! But there are several things going up for pre-order in April. Nice. Are we thinking early April? Late April? What do you know? Jalen, Jeff, do you have any of those Hodo figures or whatever that Hot Toys entry level line is? If so, how are they? I think it's Hano Studios, but of course, I might be pronouncing it wrong. So I think what happened, I was checking them out. I think Rick Cage might actually have some of them. Here, let's just go into the main page here for all these figures. And I think what happened, Iron Man's waitlist right now. Spider-Man waitlist. I wanted this Wolverine waitlist, Magneto waitlist. It's just like all of the figures are on waitlist. And it's really tricky. I thought they had a Thor coming up too. And I'm trying to remember, did they have a red and blue Spider-Man? But with so many of them on waitlist, it was kind of tricky to get into it. These Star Wars figures may look a bit cartoonish. That is intentional because they are the Rebels versions of these guys. So that's why they had that animated style look to them. Now, I think this would have been better if they did some of the Rebels characters as well. We're just kind of like, okay, this is great. Who can stop them? Not us. I get us Kanan, and Ezra, maybe even Ahsoka. But yeah, they look really cool. It's just one of those deals where it's like, I sure would like to see some more stuff. Oh my goodness. Did VCU just beat North Carolina? Did they? Oh, we're in overtime. Craziness. Sorry. My attention is March Madness out. But I love the look of this Iron Man. It's just one of those deals where it's like, man, if and I'm on the wait list for a few of them, but it's just if I can't get like some of them, it's gonna feel a little weird to not go all the way in with it because it's whole other line to collect. It's just like retro robo, that chrome finish and magnetic board got me. Yeah, man, it looks nice. Thrust fire up. I saw 5K toys. Had it Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Captain Commando for pre-order. I think it was around 46. No way, it wasn't that cheap, was it? I did see that this week, and was it 5K toys? I did see that. It really, really looked cool. I think there was another character with that too. Is it really? It's $7. Which of course is not the price point. That's the deposit. Shipping calculated. What was the full price for this bad boy? 46. That is crazy. Wait, full price is 46 plus shipping. Wow, that's nuts. Because this guy looks great. And who's the other? Because it's been a minute since I played Captain Commando. But I mean, we've got his nemesis, sidekick. Help me out, gang. 112, Carol. Carol has some really great articulation too. And Captain Commando looks really good. Would this fit in with the Jada Toys figures, or would he look a little small? I feel like he might be a bit slight, but he does look really cool. This is one of these characters where I'm like, would Storm Arena be able to get us this guy? Would Jada be able to get us a Captain Commando? Because this looks really good. The articulation's on point. Carol looks like a woman, a real woman. Her knees, though, a little wild. So those knee pads are strenuous. And this is defeated Carol, beating Carol, aiming Carol. Really cool stuff. And powered up. I mean, these are really fun. $46. That doesn't seem like a terrible price for those figures at all. Jalen wants to know, man, why can't someone make a 112 surfer that looks like that? I've always wanted a modern one as shiny as the Toy Biz one. Right. Yeah, man, you're absolutely right. We have not gotten that since Toy Biz, and that was such a well done figure. He just didn't have enough articulation, but he had a great chrome finish. Rick H. Superman and Mongol will be a generation will be a general time delayed release according to TNI. I'm on the fence about the Surfer, Sir Jeff. I get it. Now it's 8164. That upcoming superhero Barbie is coming to us all the way from the mascara. Thank you, Retro Robo. So Nubia, yeah, man, that Hot Toys one looks sweet. That DC Multiverse case on the way to me from the West Coast. Oh, sweet. So looking forward to hearing more about that from you. And again, remember, when Retro Robo gets it, he's gonna put a little blurb out. I will try to promote it as soon as he gives me the heads up. You go to the site. Once it's there, you can get it. Once it's gone, it's gone. King Collector Retro that Deathstroke made it in. Thanks again. I needed that one. I like that classic look way better than the heavy armor Arkham Deathstroke that I've been using for my main one for years. Yeah, the classic one is just, you can't beat that look. It is just outstanding. All right. So I had to just speak into the mic real fast so I can see this overtime game going. Glad you got it, man. Enjoy. Fire up, thrust, fire up. Wasn't that Mongol Mega Fig that was super lightweight? I didn't get that one because I didn't like the way he looked. The color scheme didn't really work for me. This is far more classic. But yeah, I mean, I think those Mega Figs were about 40 on their own. So it was one of those deals where it's like, okay, not bad. But it just feels like paying $40 for Superman too. Not great. Ben Doom, hit that like button, please. Brad Decker. What up, Brad? I agree. The Superman should have a lot more accessories for that $40 price. Yeah, I mean, even if he was just like $30, I'd feel like, all right, that's a fair price. But he didn't have enough to justify. I mean, if he was a plain blank body, I wonder why they didn't go with the electric Superman mold, which has far less sculpted elements. I feel like that would have been fine too. Roger Robo, I might have to cop that namesake figure from Hot Toys. Come quietly. or there will be trouble. Ryan Daly, I don't know exact dates. I think early, but the Taurus and Red Dog 2-pack and the Cobra Ramp Rats are both April pre-orders. Again, I think it's coming up quick. Also, I believe there are two, not one, but two classified products that have not yet been revealed already hitting U.S. ports. Now you know I'm going to go, what are they? JMC. What's up, Javin Crew? What's going on? How are you? Jalen says, Retro Robo, thanks for the heads up. I'm assuming you're not ordering the Wonder Woman Barbie. He did order a handful. So there you go. You heard it here first. Classic Deathstroke. It's classic for a reason. Because that design just can't be beat, man. It's one where they've been able to do some decent, like, oh, okay, this is a pretty cool version of Deathstroke. But that look, it's just, thanks for trying, guys. This is the best version for a reason. Yeah, King. That Deathstroke might be their best figure. Definitely one of the best. Yeah. I'm like taking it. Well, I think Batgirl would have something to say about that. Superman right there for sure. And Green Lantern, pretty solid too. Red Tornado, another one that I think is just so good. Can't really argue with that. Captain Cold is another one. Clock King, just for the fact we have a Clock King figure that turned out really well. Trying to think on this shelf here with these guys. Dr. Midnight, low key, really, really good one. Let's see, is there anyone else? It would have been Nightwing if they just scaled it properly. He really, really would have been on there. Dr. Fate was great too. Dr. Fate, my one issue with him, too. He needed his shoulder pads that are yellow. They're missing on the figure. And I feel like he could have been a little bit broader, kind of like Green Lantern, which you probably can't see well because of lights. Big and wide like Alan. He's using a smaller buck. I think if they'd just gone with the same torso as Green Lantern, he'd have been perfect. Also, I would have loved if they had made a chase and made his yellow parts gold and gave us the half mask. That way we would have had both versions. I thought that'd have been pretty cool. I still need to get Clock King. Time is ticking. Sorry, it was right there, and I'm not ashamed to take it. Green Lantern, you say that like there's only one. Well, the one here I was pointing to, Alan Scott, the original. Thrust fire up. I just remember when McFarlane did mega figs like the Violator, who was heavy enough to send someone to where to grab a Hellspawn, but then when some later mega figs came out, they seemed hollow. I probably found a cheaper way to do it, because one thing I feel like people don't give McFarlane enough credit for, when everybody was dramatically raising their prices quickly, McFarlane kept the line pretty solid for much longer. Yeah, eventually they caught up to where everyone else was. I mean, but still, you're paying $27.99 for their base figures, and they're 7-inch scale, so they're a little bit taller. Maybe they don't have as much articulation, as much accessories, depending on your Marvel Legend. Definitely as many as your basic Star Wars figure. But I feel like they've been a solid value. And then they'll have some cases where it's like, what is going on with this price point? But if it makes it to retail, Target gets a sale, then it'll be worth it. So I'm okay with it. No worries, Jeffrey. Never a bad time for punts. My guy. That is absolutely my thought too. You can pull it off, go for it. So let's see. There was that. And let me see here. I went through, I think, everything from Collector Con. No, I have not gone through everything at Collector Con at Walmart, because, of course, tomorrow is day 2. They've got more stuff dropping in 12 hours. So get ready. Get ready. This price point is just, really, of everything I've seen like in a while, this is egregious. That and the bays for $27.99, the price of a Black Series figure. Crazy. They did not have a crazy, ridiculous output of WWE stuff, so I'm assuming a lot of this is going to go tomorrow. There's the Beast Kingdom, Flashpoint, Thomas Wayne. Then we got the Transformers Toys US Soccer Federation and the deluxe class Star Eagle. Not bad looking figures. Got the Golden Rock. It's kind of fun. And let's see what else did they have up here right now for us. So what was really amazing to me, and this shows you how popular the GI Joe brand is. This garish nightmare of a Duke is sold out, and most of the stuff they had is actually in stock. Oh wow, VCU just made a three with 15 seconds left to take a 2-point lead. This one is on TNT for all y'all watching along with me. Craziness. But these Duke colors are wild and crazy. Oh, so let's see. I mean, the guns, I don't know why they have to match his shirt. And I feel like this isn't quite as white as they want it. It looks like it's that bone white. The star has a white. The rest, I don't know. These are, I mean, clearly there's some interest because it's sold out. One of the few things that did for Collector Con, I'm just amazed that was one of them. And Dom as Ken did sell out. Then we got this Dire Viper Night Creeper or Dire Tech Night Creeper. I talked about this last time when we were doing the preview. I like some of this idea, but I'm not loving all the execution. I like the blades being in this Dire Tech. It's pretty cool. All the blades, that's fun. Really wish he came with a different head sculpt though, because it's like they're kind of neat if they came up with more of a ninja kind of animal, something creepier and crazier than just this one. I mean, it's like, okay, that's fine. But I really feel like they kind of messed up on that one. The arms being the same shade also is perplexing and weird. So it's one of those deals of like, wow, North Carolina went to the line and missed both of their free throws. So they're gonna have to do the foul game. I love this little trail of the vapor, and here this one's a pretty nice picture showing them. This is one where I just kind of feel like if a different head were included, this could still work. I do think they kind of messed up with the arms. That was not the right choice. Just because I wonder if they could have just done the Dire Tech on the armor itself. So like the chest pad, the knee brace or the shin protector, maybe even the belt, that would have worked. But it just feels like not really the way for them to go with that. But this one is the other sellout. So GI Joe is just showing y'all it's the brand that's driving the truck for Hasbro right now, really getting things going, at least for selling out of things. RoboCop, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I feel like this stuff has already been there. Didn't seem like this is new. Yeah, let me see. Is there anything else showing up that's really exciting and new? Looks like that's it. Oh yeah, we have the Superman recovery suit. So another one. Note that this one also does not have the silver bracelet or sheath around his ankle. It's so wild that McFarlane just like, hey, I'll do something different. 47.97. It doesn't feel like this is a terrible price point, but I'm also wondering, like, there's so many different Superman figures. This one does look pretty comic accurate. I do feel like they could have gone with a different head sculpt, different expression, really would have set that thing off, but there you go with that. So, oh boy, hopefully no one had North Carolina winning the Final Four because they have now officially lost to number 11 VCU, and March Madness continues on unabated. Crazy. That's that one. Let me see here. What are we going to learn more if we click onto this? What are we going to see tomorrow? They're not being very helpful. So let's see. I don't think there's much, but we'll see. Let's go back to the chat because I feel like I've been talking for a second and long enough to miss the super chat from my man John Morrissey. Thank you for the 616. Jeffrey, you and the figure filers never fail to infuse me with a solid dose of Zen each week. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. Let me catch back up. Rick Cage, Todd makes those does make big figs. Those 40K Warhammer Space Marines are beasts. Yeah, he was showing them during that live stream. Not into it, but they did look impressive. Vin Doom, has anyone got any of the Storm Arena Street Fighter figures? If so, how are they? I can't reach for my Ken and Ryu, but they're really fun. I'm excuse me. You can almost see my Street Fighter collection. Really like those figures. And I try not to do, oh, they're so much better than Jada. I feel like going forward, I'm going to get more of the Storm Arena figures than Street Fighter ones from Jada, especially if they're trying to do the same game. Because it seems like Jada's venturing into Street Fighter Alpha 3. I don't know if that was the best idea. There's so many other brands, so many other Street Fighter games they could tackle that I would love for them to get to. That way I could have a diverse collection of Street Fighter games through different lines. But if it's going to come down to paying the same price for one versus the other, actually, there was a really great photo. I feel like maybe this is on Twitter. So let me see if I can find that really fast. It's a side by side. Ah, perfect. I love when it takes zero time, like absolutely zero time to find something. And how often does that happen? I'll tell you, absolutely never. So here's the comparison, and it shows you what the Storm Arena versus the Jada Toys looks like, and I will let you draw your own conclusion. Nez Brody said cutting weight versus fight day. And I mean, you can look at them and draw your own conclusions. I think both of them have winning qualities to them. I feel like the Storm Arena has a bit more detail with the wraps and the paint work. They definitely can give them the edge on that. This one he's a really fun figure to pose, and it's so like, wow, he could do all this stuff. Sagat looks a bit more imposing on this one, but this is a really fun figure to pose. And I was shocked how much stuff I could get away with. I mean, you see the back here. It's like, man. And the Storm Arena figures from their larger line, Storm Collectibles, their articulation is so fluid. And it's just like, oh man, it's really fun to pose. I will say the trunks look so much better here than it does here. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Again, this is not one of those deals where it's like, this figure sucks. There's some things where the Storm Arena one just kind of really takes it. Now, I think this one probably is a bit more game accurate because his head's a tad smaller and he's torso and just muscle on muscles. $2 makes a big difference. But I think the interesting thing is, let me go pull this back here real fast. I feel like the Jada figure might end up being a little bit more expensive at this exact moment. So let's just do this and make it easy for all of us. Great. So here is the real question. Both figures, the exact same price. $34.99 for Storm Arena, $34.99 for Jada. Now, if I'm putting the money down for one over the other, I'm probably going to go with Storm Arena, even though I have the Jada toys and I've got Sagat in my pile of loot. I feel like when they do toe to toe, Storm Arena is probably going to look better. They're going to articulate just about the same. So it's one of those preference deals. But I feel like when they get into King of Fighters, when they do the Dark Stalkers, once those figures start coming out, they're not going to have any competition because there's no one else putting those figures out. And I think that's when we're really going to see the strength of the Storm Arena line. But side by side, it does seem like it's leaning a bit closer, especially when the price point is the same. Classified fire. Rick Cage. Vendome there is superb. I got Ryu and now Sagat thanks to Henry G. And I will make sure to post those photos next week. Dang, forgot about Walmart. Oh well, they'll be back. They will. Absolutely. Omega 579 says, Vendome, after getting my Storm Arena Street Fighter figs, I've almost lost the will to collect anything else. Man, dude, listen. I was like, oh man, these figures are so good. And they're venturing into King of Fighters. And I really only know the Fatal Fury characters. So I'm like, they're doing all these other, I'm like, well, they're only $30. And it's funny to go like they're only $30 when the value feels really good paying $30. If there was no Storm Arena line, I would be totally content with Jada's figures. It's like, little competition is not a bad thing. And his figures are really good. And I'm gonna buy every Storm Arena fighting game, in the Capcom universe. I'm all in SNK figures. Yeah, I don't even need to know who they are, what team they are. I'll do my research online and then go look at my collection because they're so fun to post. Ben Doom, they are really that good. I mean, the articulation's so fun. First upset of the tourney. Now there was another one. Even earlier. High Point. They beat a really high seed. I think it was I should check my bracket, which would show this debacle. It's gone so bad. Wisconsin. That's who High Point beat. 83-82. The 12 beating a 5. Right now I have 6 of 63 picks correct. And I have lost 1, 2, 3 so far. So it's going all kinds of wild and crazy directions. And it's all good. I don't do March Madness to win. It's just to have a little fun. The Motu stuff goes up for CollectorCon tomorrow, I believe. Oh, okay. I really hope there's some. I hope they unlock some of these Monday Night Wars figures from the WWE line because I feel like where are the rest of these figures? Yeah, might get that Beastman. It says dude stuff 2025. Beastman does look solid. Pull him up real quick. I don't think I closed that window yet. Of course, me not closing it means 0 with this deal. It does not. All right, let's see. Oh, let's see if I can find him easily. Yay, no. Yay, boo. Yay. Jeez. I feel like sometimes it's really easy. And then other times it's like, oh, you thought it was going to be fun and breezy to go do this? No. Got to make you jump through all of our website hoops. There we go. And here he is. Really fun looking beast, man. Good looking figure. And definitely has that classic look. This head sculpt is great. When they do this right with him, he's awesome. I think Beastman has one of my favorite designs in the whole line. It's just the orange fur, the furry cowl, the spikes. He looks like, I mean, he looks like the name implies. He's got the whip, and he looks like he would give He-Man a fight, which is really what I really want from these characters. Like how hard would He-Man have to work to beat these guys? And ideally, he's better. I mean, he's better than all these guys one on one. But if they start coming at him better than the NWO did, one at a time, waiting for Sting to finish off one of them, then kind of justifies why he needs the fellow masters. But this price point, 23.72, feels fair. And I have not gotten any of these Thundercats figures, and I'm still like, do I want to? So this will be available at 7 a.m. Pacific time. So what's that? 10 o'clock Eastern time. So get ready for that one. Perfect. Did you say that on purpose? Probably. Oh, Rick H. Look, it's synergy. Jada's peanut butter and Storm Marina's chocolate. Brian P. Real. Sagat looks like he messed up his diaper. Sagat was tougher to beat than M. Bison in Street Fighter 2. He was. He was just hyper. Just destroying me. Omega 579. Storm Marina Sagat is. Oh man. I did not get that reference. I'm so sorry. I watched the new generation, but did not watch the next generation, but not watched it enough to get all those references. Ben Doom, yeah, Jeff. I have a few Storm collectibles and love them. I can't seem to find any Storm Marina figures for order. They're only available at Big Bad Toy Store. So if you were looking anywhere else, that would do it. Well, I should say they're the exclusive home of them domestically. You can find these figures elsewhere. And let me see, because they had a pre-order up because they had Ryu and Ken back in stock. Let's see where they are now. Akuma, $31.99. They did lower the price of Sagat when there was a, hey, we're going to change up the tariff deal. They are now, let me do this, make that easier for all of us. And let's do it this way. Great. Good filter all the way down. Good filter. Storm Fighter Alpha 3, Chun-Li, Nash, Dan is available. I keep an eye out for Ryu and Ken. They have so many different variants and different color gis that you could probably find them relatively easily after a minute, but keep your eye out for them. Everyone else is available still. So I would, if I were you, get Dan, get Nash, get Chun-Li and Sagat on that pre-order tip real soon. That way you can get them But let's show you the rest of the Storm Arena figures. They've got a bunch of Son of Ogre, and a few of the King of Fighters are still available. Looks like two of them are not. When they had Sagat up and he was sold out for a minute, they opened it back up. He's still available. So you have a chance if you're looking at those King of Fighters. They have just the right amount of articulation, fun scale to work with, so they're more in line with any other action figure line you have. That was the thing with the Storm collectibles figures; they were just a scale unto themselves, and even then, you couldn't really match up the Mortal Kombat figures with, say, the Street Fighter ones because they were too small. But these fit in just fine. Henry G, yeah, okay, Jeff, you're right. I may have been a little premature in giving Deathstroke the crown. They didn't even mention Mr. Bones, one of my favorite figures. And of course, Static. How could I forget Static? Um, let's see. There's Mr. Bones. Very good. Unexpected fun figure. Let's see. Metron is fun too. Orion, who I put in with my JLA, is like the only place I have for them right this moment. And Electric Blue Superman is pretty fun too. So Nathan, how you doing, my man? King Collectors. Storm Arena just has a harder sculpt that looks better than Jada's. I'm waiting on their Vega. They haven't shown a picture of him yet, but they're working on it. They cracked 100. Boo. Dude stuff. Super 7, Ninja Turtles Raphael and his motorcycle is up for pre-order. 150. Shaking my head. That's comical. How much did they charge for Copper Kid and his bike? Daniel Collins. I already ordered Laser Power He-Man earlier today on Mattel Creations. Sweet. Do stuff. He looks huge, but looks good. Nice. Henry G, the vintage collection Tila came out really good, better than the new Eternia. There was something off with that new Eternia Tila, and I saw she was popping up on some worst figures of the year list. What was the deal with that figure? Because I had I guess it's the Masterverse Revelations, but not the Revelations one. I don't remember. Is that the vintage collection one I got there? Because they've done so many of those. HU! Only our second worst loss on the national stage in a few years. Yeah, they've done so many. There's people were not loving that new Eternia one, and the most recent one they did was really good, and I'm happy with that one. Dude, stuff. The new Eternia Beastman is okay, but it's different shades of orange and brown throughout his body. Maybe that's what was throwing it off for me. I understood that reference. Nice. Retro Robo. I love Star Trek, but I had to look that one up. King Collector. That's a good beast, man. But those old Mode 2 classic figures are my favorite. I mix and match them with my Revelation Masterverse figures. I have a whole bunch of them, and I feel like I still have some holes in it. And it's one of those, when I get a little loose extra money, I'm going to go plug in those holes like the Snake Man, Lizard Man, just a few more that I'm missing. Shadow Weaver and the new in the classic scale. Retro Robo. Speaking of loving Star Trek, I just got the first wave in from Nacelle Toys. What do you think? They look kind of interesting. What's the deal with them? Most of that Tila is generally like people don't like her face. So what was the deal? Because her eyes doing the McFarlane raise? Mattel's Motu show today was weird. Why do you say that? Oh, I missed the Star Trek reference. I was distracted. It's all good, Janeway. It went completely over my head, even though most of the time I'm too fast to let something go over my head. Let's see if y'all got that reference. Yeah, let's see here. So we're rolling around to a bunch of other things. So, like I reminded you all, Retro Robo Toys is doing it. If you see it, get it. And he'll post it. And the Laos Figure Files LFF5 code still works. So stay tuned. And when he gets it, he'll get it. Oh, great. Haven't opened them yet. Seem to come with a lot of accessories for the price. The likenesses seem okay. Maybe not great. Just happy to get some modern Trek figures. Yeah, they've been kind of slow on that. King Collector. My main teal is the Motu. Oh, classic version. The Filmation one. Running to the side, Tila. I can't believe Howard lost. The new Eternia Tila head sculpt was pretty bad. The Vintage collection has an alternate portrait that may work on the new Eternia. I want to have one in the Goddess Warrior snake armor. And one is the captain of the Royal Guard. Motus was done to perfection. Which one? The classics one? All right, so let me go over real fast here. Entertainment Earth, one of our affiliates, and they put out some re-releases for people who missed out on them. And the cassettes, these are the masterpiece versions, if I am remembering this correctly. Yes, masterpiece versions because of the cassette box and the ground. What do we call these? Pile drivers. Pile drivers. Yeah. And these are fun. I don't feel like they're $60 worth of fun. They're small, as they should be. And they're of course better than the ones you can get from Hasbro. But boy, it's a rough price point of $60 for them. And that Soundwave is worth getting them for. Here's Ravage, here's Buzzsaw and Rat Bat. So, oops, we've already seen those pictures. So I feel like Ravage is the one that's always kind of hard for them to do because it's like, how do you do this transformation properly and make him look as cool and intimidating as he was in the show, where he was just a terror to so many of the Autobots? Rat Bat looks really cool. Of course, Buzzsaw looks sweet too. So those are those. Go back to their main section. All right, let's just go to the drop zone because there's more stuff coming. Mezco has a drop tomorrow. New 5-point. So I don't know how many of y'all collect those. Jada Toys has a new setup coming. Monday for Mattel, McFarlane Toys, more stuff. Dark Horse Comics, Lord of the Rings, statues and busts. I love the fact that they're not even like trying to keep it a mystery. And March 24th, we've got some more Hasbro figures. And then there's some more on Wednesday. We do know what one of those are at the very least. And boy, Hasbro has just been hitting us up with so much stuff. It's like, yo, there's more. There is more coming. It's just like there's so many figures and they're just rolling. Let's go to my guy Preternia. He's got them. Let me see here. What exactly we've got coming? He didn't say he was coming. He didn't know you were coming. That's what she says. Because there's a bunch. The Quicksilver and Black Widow pack that seems like no one wanted that Black Widow, which is funny because I mean, if you're gonna get one of the crossing, get all of them. And of course, I was reading and people hated that storyline. It's a weird one, absolutely no doubt. But I didn't feel like the hatred of it when I read it. Probably because I was not reading in real time, and I know they had better stuff to get to by the point I already started. So I'm trying to find this post where it was all of the pre-orders, but I'm not finding it quickly. I don't think my stuff will cooperate this time. So let's see. Maybe Dan will show us. So on the Marvel Legends front next week, there are more figures coming because they had just so much stuff coming. And let me try this one more time. No. Actually, Dan may have posted this. And I'm saying that. And Dan. All right. So let's see here. Because they posted so much stuff right at one time. And I was like, good news for the rest of the month. There's a bunch of stuff coming your way. Nope. Okay. So let's see here. I'm trying to remember what it was because they have put out so much. Maybe I should just go to the chat because I'm sure some of y'all. Oh, it finally worked. Wow, that took forever. Okay. There we go. Marvel Legends calendar. This is from Preternia. And next week has a pre-order I'm very much excited about because Wednesday, Archangel, X-Men 97 version comes out. Him and his big gun. Maybe you can give this to Smart Hulk as well because I heard rumor on the street he's missing a big gun, but Archangel is copped immediately. This guy, so excited about getting him because the one we've had before is so drastically under scale. This one will fit in so much better and not be a shrimp next to Cyclops. But I mean, just take a look at what they've done over the course of this year already, people are already getting their Ghost Rider, Abomination is coming, or I guess a lot of people have him already. And Grizzly's coming out now. The Deadpool and Wolverine figures are also out now. Let's see. We've got the Secret Wars Wave 2. Looking forward to them. And let's see what else is coming. Professor Hulk and The Crossing. So it's been a busy 3 months already for the Marvel Legends brand. And I mean, it's just March. So much more to come to. Let's go back to the chat. Olivia Miller. What's up, Olivia? I want a new Vixen figure with her outfit similar to Justice League Unlimited's version of Vixen's character. I'm gonna be really upset if we don't get a Vixen figure. We did get a really cool version of her from the DC Multiverse line from Mattel. And let me see if I can find that one really fast. I just need to think of the figure that I would have had with her. Because I no, maybe it's my signal. Duke Thomas review. Because I was able to take a picture of all the cool Mattel figures that we've gotten over the years. And I feel like maybe this is a little bit too long. Nope. Huh. Maybe I actually just did a review of Vixen. But that Vixen is a little bit too tall for the DC multiverse, but she's a really good figure. And in a pinch, I highly recommend getting her if you don't already. It's a really nice. She didn't have all the articulation. It's still just single joints, no bicep articulation, but she is a really cool figure. I love the hair sculpt. The head sculpt is good too. Love to see a little bit more of her outfit actually sculpted, like the teeth, but she's a really well done figure. And if nothing else, I can go, well, we did get a cool Vixen at some point. But yeah, I mean, this is something we have not been able to get from McFarlane. Got a great Deadshot. He's another one I put close up on that list of really good figures from them. But man, that Bronze Tiger is so disappointing because I wanted to do this, wanted Vixen, wanted a classic Captain Boomerang. I will come back down off my soapbox now. But yeah, man, this is we can do that. But there it is. This so it was her. So I mean, this is fun and so cool. You can see she's a little bit taller. So it's like, oh man, but yeah, we got a lot of good heroes. No Static, which makes some sense, I suppose. But yeah, I definitely want to see a Vixen, Olivia. Hopefully, we will see her. If only Mondo would make a 6-inch Tila. I can assume they would. What up, Olu? How are you tonight? Roger Rebel. So if I understand correctly, Jeff, the Masterpiece Transformers with MPG in the title are not the same as original MP Transformers. Is that true? I believe so. Don't hold me to it. King Collector, I need that Fans Toys Rewind to finish my Masterpiece collection. The one that came with their blaster. Oh, nice. Yeah, because I'm trying to remember which one I have from the not Studio Series one that was translucent. I was like, y'all are terrible. I need this one. I think they are close in size to Hasbro Voyager class. Yeah, I think that's about right. Oh, he also says, also Cersei and Giganta and Farland Toys DC Comics figures as well. I hope we get a Giganta. I hope we get fire powered down since we have ice without it. King Collector, I just got that MMC Ram Horn. That one fits in great with Fan Toys Eject. That's the one. King Collector, I hate that they didn't make a classic Abomination. I feel nothing for the one that just came out. He looks so cool. It's like, oh man, this is like, why is he modern? But classic, we still desperately need. Brian P. Plus Hasbro has a Marvel Legends live stream next month. Yeah, they're killing it. I feel like they're really lined up well. There's a bunch of movie stuff that's gonna get in the way. A little bit of Daredevil on the TV front, maybe some more X-Men 97 stuff, but the comic book stuff, they're really delivering hard on them. Jamelin, I love the sculpt on my Mattel Vixen, but a bit more articulation would be great. Absolutely, man. It is just like so close. Yes, that's the same one you have. Yep. She was such a nice figure. I wouldn't mind an alternate head sculpt with her in the Wolverine hair, but kind of works out a little bit better. King Collector. I still got my DC Direct Vixen. Yeah, I remember that one. But her scale was a little bit annoying. That's why I was like, can't do it. I've got an older version of her from around 2007, I think. Would love to get an updated version of her. Yep. Then Doom. I found that Vixen on Amazon 2 years ago, $15. Still have her in box. She is where Mattel was right before they lost the license. They were starting to go, hey, maybe we could pack in some articulation and better sculpting. And it was like, yes, keep this up. They were still behind where Marvel Legends was, but it was a nice step in the right direction. And the figures were really nicely done. It was just too little, too late. Do I think anyone ever do Vixen with their 80s hairstyle? You know, with the sort of Wolverine-ish wingtips and the braids. We were right in sync. I would love to see that. I feel like Mattel, people always want to go, let's shift the DC license to someone else. But I think this is where if you have a little consistency, like Hasbro with Marvel Legends, they can tackle a smart Hulk years and years and years later. But we really miss out on those different variations. Of course, they're going to give us all those major characters, but a Vixen with that original, because I mean, she rocked that look for so long. I would love to see that in figure form. But the problem, of course, trying to adapt for comic book looks, excuse me, the costumes change so frequently now. And if they're trying to stay current with what's going on in the comic book, and I guess kind of have a sense that they're trying not to go to this is the outfit that's being worn exactly this moment. I think they can try more of those evergreen looks. But I wonder if we would get Vixen with that style. I think her more modern hairstyles are where they're probably going to go with her figure. And if, say, they have the license for 12 years, we might get that look. It's the problem for us older collectors because we're in the mindset of, yeah, what about the 70s, the 80s, and the early 90s looks? And they're like, what about 20, then 2010s, and then 2020? Like, yeah, that's fine and all, but the classics, even though they don't call it classics or DC classics again, I feel like that's where the core of their audience who would buy these $30 around that price point collectors are going to want to spend their money on. Now you can get a modern Batman, a Hush look that people are going to be like, all right, that's cool. But I really feel like if they were to focus a little bit more on that realm of stuff where it's like, yeah, this is where I started reading Suicide Squad. This is where they were rocking. This was a look they had during Crisis. I think that's where they would make a lot of money. I'm sure Vintage Bob would agree with me on that. Retro Rebel. I'm going all in on Mattel's DC line. I hope they can stick around long enough so we can get deep on the line. So we can go deep on the line. Yeah, I feel like 12 years is, I mean, I threw that out randomly, but I feel like that's the point where they will have gotten out all the Superman variants that they feel like they needed to rush to get out. And they can start going a little bit deeper into different characters. One really good thing, Steve Ozer, aka Action Figure Attack, is part of the DC line. He's a longtime fan. I feel like he's gonna do, if not direct classic skewing stuff, I think he's gonna go with those looks. So for like a Green Lantern, Hal Jordan variety this time, he's gonna have that kind of classic look where the triangle shoulder pads, not the full on Silver Age, but one that can work on more levels. Maybe I should do another video in terms of, hey, Mattel, this is what you should do. Listen to me. But kind of like a guide in terms of what I think would be the most helpful for them, because I'm sure they haven't started working on this line at all. But just some stuff where I think us collectors would go, if you could do it this way, I would like to see it done in this style. And going long into the line and getting those unique looks for characters, like a classic version of Captain Boomerang. We haven't had that look for him ever in our articulated figure line. That's something that feels like, why have we not gotten that yet? So that's what I'm hoping to see, and that's what I would really love to see from them. I mentioned them earlier, but let's take one more look at this dropped from earlier this week from the good folks at Hasbro with this crossing line of Avengers. I'm hoping we see more of those looks just because those costumes may not be everybody's favorites, but I do think that in terms of setting the stage for an Avengers, X-Men, onslaught confrontation. You need these looks, and they're different enough where it's like, all right, I can set up a whole different area of my Avengers display for the crossing characters. Thor, Iron Man, Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, Vision, Quicksilver, Black Witch. They all have different looks, so they would fit in just fine. Not a ton of useful accessories here. I'm glad we have alternate head sculpts. That's really helpful. Quicksilver really needed some running hands. Why is this something that's an issue? That shouldn't be a problem. Black Widow looks cool, and she's got a ton of posability, which is awesome. So that's really great to see. They're continuing to use the best Black Widow mold, and that makes so much sense. Quicksilver looks speedy and quick, but again, running hands should be just the norm for a character that runs. He's running and kicking. So good stuff. I think that was everything that I wanted to talk about. King of Ledger. I hope Todd does a classic mega fig of Amazo. Oh man, I still cringe when I think about this small DCC version. I had my collection for years, and that was the best one. I want the full-on classic with the shoulder pads with Wonder Woman's lasso by the side. I thought that was a really cool look. I hated the Justice League Unlimited. Made him so generic, just like the Silver Surfer with eyes. I'm like, come on, this is no fun. No fun. Retro Robo, I'm going to grab that 2-pack, not because I love them, but because I grab most of the Marvel stuff. Again, let me know when it's up because I want it. And I want to grab it from Retro Robo Toys. Maurice, how can you put out a speedster without running hands? McFarlane did that with a few of those Flash figures early too. It's like, what are we doing? Right. Retro Robo, yeah, that isn't great. I wonder if there's another one that we can steal those hands from. I don't think so because I can't think of a dark blue flat palm sculpt that we can use for him. Critical Enjoyer, what's up? The same way they can make an abomination without fists. Yeah, which also seems a little bit confusing, where he should be able to palm Hulk's face if he needs to, but also preferably with those sound effects. Absolutely. All right, gang. Well, it is 9:55. We survived the debacle with the screen not working. Thank you for those of you who stuck with me. Thank you for spending time while March Madness is going on. I will most likely try to find some time this weekend to do a little bit longer form video. No promises on X Factor 2, but I'm working on it. And let's see. And some more just shorts just to put some stuff out there too. Lefty, what did you want to know, my friend? Does anyone know if the new Mando and Grogu figures come out in the first edition box only? I don't know. That first edition box looks pretty sweet. Or is it an exclusive? I think it might be like a chase situation, which means you got to go to Walmart because I feel like that's the only ones that are out right now. All right. Well, gang, thank you so much. Next Wednesday, because March Madness is going through the rest of March, the gang, we're not going to do a weekend version, but we are going to do a watch along of the original Resident Evil movie. So if you're free on Wednesday at 8:05, love to have you come hang out with us as we watch it and comment all the way through. So love to see you. I'll be back on here Thursday for another edition of Loud's Figure Files. Hopefully there will be more new figures to talk about and discuss. And thanks so much for hanging out this night. I do appreciate you all so much. For now, this episode of Loud's Figure Files has been filed.